There's no denying the wealth of information about Middle Earth provided to us by the late, great fantasy author JRR Tolkien. We've already spent time on this show discussing the infamous Rings of Power and the life-giving Silmarils. But would you believe me if I told you there are even more incredible stones to be found in this fantastic universe? If you know anything about Middle Earth, then you probably would believe me. But this amazing stone doesn't come to us from the Silmarillion or the Lord of the Rings series. This incredible gem is introduced in Tolkien's first book about Middle Earth, The Hobbit. It's called the Arkenstone and is not at all related to legendary actor Alan Arkin. This stone was discovered shortly after the dwarves took residence in the Lonely Mountain. After mining this unusually large stone, they used their immense lapidary skills to cut the stone into a multifaceted gem. The Arkenstone became an heirloom for all of the preceding dwarf kings, not just because of its incredible size, but also because of its dynamic visual properties. The dwarf king, Thorin Oakenshield, describes the stone as a globe with 1,000 facets. It's shone like silver in the firelight, like water in the sun, like snow under the stars, like rain upon the moon. If we are to take Thorin at his word, the dwarves' lapidary skills must be pretty intense to create a stone with 1,000 facets, given that the average amount of facets on a brilliant cut diamond is around 60. Being a buzzkill, I'm going to tell you now there aren't any real earth stones that shine like silver, water, snow, and rain in specific types of light, but there are a few stones that change color. Garnet, sapphire, and alexandrite are all gems that have been known to contain impurities that cause the stone to change color when exposed to different types of light. Sapphires show their truest color under natural light, which is why gem experts prefer to show off these stones in the natural daylight. But even an untrained eye can detect the color change of an alexandrite stone when it's moved from daylight to incandescent. In some cases, the daylight causes the stone to turn green, and under incandescent light, the stone turns a reddish hue. Garnet can take on a light bronze color in daylight and take on a rosy pink hue under the incandescent light. Now, if we really take some liberties with Thorin's description of the Arkenstone, he may be describing phenomenons that go well beyond color change. And while there may not be a real-life stone that changes phenomenons under different light, there are several stones that exhibit these individual properties. Opal is a stone that exhibits what us gemologists call play of color, meaning the stone has a mostly solid background color with different speckles of color that glitter and gleam as the stone moves past a light source. Opal possesses this amazing property because of its hydrated silica spheres, meaning the stone actually contains a small amount of water, similarly to how the Arkenstone shines under the sun. We've discussed star sapphires on the show before. It's the phenomenon caused by intersecting cylindrical inclusions that follow the stone's internal crystal structure. The result is a star with multiple rays. But if one of the Durin folk were to see this stone, they may mistake the star for a snowflake. Chatoyancy is another phenomenon that's made its way onto this channel in the past. It's caused by very thin parallel inclusions within a stone that cause it to reflect a single band of light. Chrysoberyl is a gemstone that famously exhibits this property. The thin band that makes its way across the stone as it moves causes it to resemble a cat's eye, which is why most people fittingly know this stone as cat's eye. But for the purposes of our video, I would also compare it to rainfall. There's also an inclusion called rain in aquamarine, and adventurescence could look like raindrops. Maybe the dwarves of the Lonely Mountain discovered a fantastic gem in the Arkenstone that had the ability to change its molecular properties depending on its light source. But since the stone was buried with Thorin after his demise in the Battle of the Five Armies, I guess there's no way for anyone in Middle Earth to know for sure. Have you ever hired a burglar to steal back your own treasure from a menacing dragon? Let us know down in the comments. While you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe. For more information on the facts and science of gemstones and minerals, check out the links below. Thank you for watching.